Thank you.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I am Andrea Suhaka. Momentarily, I am the chairman of the DRMAC board, and I would like to welcome you to the May 5th meeting. Take it away, gang.
Thanks, Andrea. Good afternoon. Welcome to Dr. Max May member meeting. We have a full agenda today, so let's dive right in. To keep us aligned, Steph will start with a quick mission review and some essential housekeeping.
Yeah, thanks everyone. I am currently having a lot of tech issues, so if anything doesn't load, please let me know. But yeah, I thank you all for joining. Those of you who have joined before and are new to the meeting, welcome. Our mission here at Dr. Mac is really to connect people to transportation resources, overcome those mobility barriers, and get people connected to those resources that they need. So yeah, we do that in a lot of different ways. We have all of our programs, these meetings, education. So excited that you're all able to join us today. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and type your name and organization into the chat. You can use the chat as needed for questions and comments, and then you can also raise your hand to be called on. We kindly ask that everyone stay muted unless you are speaking. But yeah, with that, we are going to go ahead and move on to some staff updates from the Dr. Mac team, and I believe Latoya will get us started with that.
Yes, thanks, Steph. So I'm Latoya Pranti. For those who don't know me, development manager here at Dr. Mac. I oversee quite a few things, but one of the things I do is recruit volunteers. We did have some interns that sadly have left for the semester. We would love to open up some opportunities for other folks. So if you know anybody who's looking for some volunteer hours, we have some virtual and non-virtual or in-person options as well. So the in-person would most likely be attending events. And I think that that's really nice just as a networking opportunity for folks just in general. So if you know anybody who's interested in volunteering, please send them my way. We would love to have you guys be part of our team. Thanks. Steph?
Awesome. Yeah. I talk about it every meeting. Also, hi, I'm Stephanie. I talk about it every meeting, but we are booking up for the summer for our travel trainings and tech trainings. We're pretty busy this month and next month as well. So, if you are interested in getting something set up, please let me know. It's always a good time at the end of our travel training sessions. We do a field trip where we take folks down to Union Station, or we've also gone to King Soopers, we've gone to Walmart. So if there's somewhere that your community would like to go, maybe we could do like a little ice cream trip or something. That would be fun. So please reach out to me and let me know if you are interested. And I cannot see who's next. So whoever's next, take it away.
Hi everyone, my name is Maria Griffin. I am Dr. Max Bilingual Marketing and Program Coordinator. We've been putting a lot of energy into our Transit to Table program, and it's been great to see that momentum build as we connect people to more local food spots and through accessible transportation. On top of that, we continue to expand the Getting There guide. We'll be talking about that today. And also reaching out to local organizations to schedule upcoming travel training sessions. I also wanted to give a general update. I'm moving towards more of a partnership focus this year to help grow our network. And this year we have the pleasure of having Anna Reed. She is our marketing and social media intern. So she will have some of these kind of social media responsibilities. So if you have material that you want to share, or as always, you are welcome to send it to our info email, or her direct email is also in the screen. Thank you. I will pass it on now to Arthur.
Hi, everyone. My name is Arthur. I'm the Outreach and Development Coordinator here at Dr. Mac. Mainly just talking about events. We've been going to quite a few of them. Obviously, summer is coming up, and I know that's a lot of events for a lot of people. So definitely, if you have some events that your organization is hosting, or you know of ones that you think the community there would benefit from our resources, please reach out to me and let me know. My email is on the screen right now. But yeah, mainly me. Next is, oh no, I was looking at my event sheet. Next is, we're going to Maria for the next part.
Thanks, team. As we all know, the Getting There Guide remains a vital resource, and we are so excited to keep growing our network of transportation partners across Colorado to better support our community's unique needs. I am thrilled to announce that four new partners, Drivers Cooperative, Amazing Love, Carepool, and the East Central Council of Governments, have officially joined us, and their services are already live on our website and in the Getting There app. So if you haven't already, please be sure to download it on your iPhone or Android to check out the latest updates. We are especially excited because today's meeting is dedicated to hearing directly from two of these new partners. They will be sharing exactly what their service offer, which will help us all better support those who we serve. If you would like to share these resources with your community, please refer people to our information and assistance line or INA line team for personalized assistance or to request free printed copies of the Getting There guide. You can also visit our website for details on how to help cover the cost of postage for our printed guides. For these requests, just a quick reminder, we can mail up to 10 copies at a time, and while our printed guides are available in English, all other languages are easily accessible and as downloadable PDF on our website. With that, I will hand it over to Latoya to introduce our first new partner.
Thank you so much, Maria. Thanks. We are excited to get started and to learn from Erica Lacono. She's the Community Support Director at Drivers Cooperative, Colorado. Erica, the floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for the invite, and we're really excited to have joined the Getting There Guide and have our name out there with people in the community that might need transportation. As you can see on the screen, my name is Erica Iacono. I'm the Community Support Director with the Drivers Cooperative Colorado. If you have not heard about us, there was very recently a Denver Ride article about us as well. So I feel like some people are now getting to hear more about it, but we are a ride-sharing cooperative. What that means is that the drivers on the platform actually own the platform. And right now we have 1,500 member owners. So at the same time, we have 20,000 riders on our app, which is called Co-op Rideshare. So everything is right now managed through our central app, where people go in and they can book rides. But really, I want to highlight our mission especially. So we launched in 2025 as an alternative to Uber and Lyft. And the reason was that a lot of the workers that drive for these major companies, a lot of the time they're exploited. So there is research out there really showing how sometimes they get as little as $5.50 for driving, right? Once you take out all the expenses. There is a lot of research as well into how much riders are spending and how much of that actually does not go to the people that are offering the services. It goes to the platforms, it goes to the tech people, the investors, the owners. So the co-op was built to flip the script and give the money back to the drivers. So as owners, they keep 80% of the trip fare. The cooperative retains 20% just for everything that they might need on the platform, right? The technology, everything that is related to insurance. But the majority of what the riders spend goes back to the drivers. And they also get one vote into the company, which is like a very democratic decision-making system. As we speak right now, there is an election out there for them to change the bylaws, and each and every one of them gets a vote to make a change. So I think it's really, really cool. So I just wanted to share that. That does not mean, however, the fact that the drivers are getting so much does not mean that our fares have to be really high. And the reason for that is that we don't have a CEO that takes millions and millions out of the company. So that means that we can stay below or at the same level as the other companies and making sure that we can offer very fairly priced rides. So in essence, we are a local business that is fair for all and that allows the drivers to keep wealth local and to grow their earnings as well. we are committed to closing the racial wealth gap. So one thing to notice is that 70% of our drivers are from Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. So we're definitely immigrant-led, and we're trying to have them more equitable wages and dignified jobs. We also have a commitment to serving underserved communities. We all here know what it means to have transportation and how important that is to access resources, for social mobility, for anything that people need to have a normal life. So our purpose is to provide with those community with affordable transportation that is also safe and that can be flexible and can meet their needs. So we partner with nonprofits like Empowered Communities Globally or Remerge to serve the members that need transportation. We offer on-demand and pre-scheduled rides. The cooperative is able to operate throughout the state of Colorado as a TNC. I have to say that most of our drivers happen to be in Denver or like the Front Range area, so that is easier to access on-demand rides. So for all the other areas, it's usually easier to pre-schedule so that someone can match the riders and the drivers. We offer DIA rides, and right now we have a discount available for $5 for people that use our code, which is Forced Co-op. I know I was only given 5 minutes, so I put my information in the chat with emails and the link to download Co-op Rideshare if you want to check it out. But we're really excited to be part of the Dr. Mac members and be part of the Getting There guide, and exploring also other ways to collaborate, right? To try to support the community and the other programs as well. We experience probably like very similar challenges, but we have to find a way to work together and move forward. So I'm just gonna put my information in the chat. If you have questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Yep, we do. Jamie?
Yeah, Erica, I was just curious, how are you guys prepping yourselves to get into the human service transportation area where there might be requirements for special driver training to deal with people with disabilities and the elderly?
Yeah. So we, as the co-op, we are part of the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation. So with them, we do have some ongoing trainings that our drivers go through for them to be better prepared to offer services to people with disabilities, and especially with service dogs and service animals and how to handle that. So that is definitely part of our training. But as a co-op and as we're growing, we are trying to implement more of that, more knowledge and more training into getting the drivers there. There's also a way for us to track if they have certifications with other companies that allow us to maybe select them when we have special rides that need a certain level of expertise. We can pull some drivers that have specific certifications.
Latoya, does Rocky Mountain still have training available for drivers? I can't remember.
I don't know that actually.
Okay.
But yeah, I was curious about that as she was talking. So yeah, I was
Yeah.
curious. I don't know.
That's somebody may want to check into, Erica, the Rocky Mountain Disability
It's
Group.
really,
What's their title, Latoya?
ooh,
Rocky Mountain something.
I know. I'm
I
gonna
know
have to
years
look.
ago when I was working with Kate and them, I knew they
Mhm.
had training for drivers. So something you may want to check out.
Yeah, I put Rocky Mountain down. I'll look more
Rocky
into it.
Mountain Disability Group. I apologize.
Disability.
It's a multi-state thing. They cover like 4 states in this region, and they usually have a lot of good training modules. And I think one of them was for drivers.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put it down and I'll go in and check. And I'm just seeing, Jamie, that you're with CCDC, and I was just in communication with Julie to have a ride from Colorado Springs to Denver and then back. So that's really cool.
Was it Rocky Mountain ADA by chance?
There you go. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah,
Okay.
Rocky Mountain ADA.
Yay.
I'll put
Cool.
the link in the website. I mean in the chat.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll definitely reach out to them.
Eric, I have a quick question. So with the rideshare legislation and all of the changes, and it made me think about that because there's going to be like required training and
Mhm.
hopefully not, but cameras in the vehicles and stuff, how will that affect or will that have any effect on your organization and how drivers? Because I'm assuming then they would have to pay for those changes out of their pockets since it's a cooperative, or do you know?
Yeah, so the co-op already has a requirement for all of the drivers to have a dash camera in their vehicles. That
Okay.
is insurance required. And we really see that as helpful for the driver's side as well as the riders, in case of accidents, in case of anything that could happen in the cars. We have a system so that inside there is a lot of issues as well with Uber with unjust deactivations. So a lot of the drivers lose income for any complaints that is received.
Mm-hmm.
With us, we have a way to verify what happened in the car and then act against the driver based on what we see on the feed of the dash cam. There is various legislations coming out. So there is, first of all,
Right.
there is the data legislation, which does not really apply to us because we don't really collect any information that allows us to discriminate against the rider and the sort of
Sure.
rights that they need. We don't do any of that, so it's not really applying to us. The only thing is that the background checks that could be really expensive on the co-op if we have to double the amount of background checks that we have to do. Right now, the members have to go through a background check before they join the co-op, and then
Okay.
routinely once a month, once a year after that. So if the new legislation goes through and that has to happen multiple times a year, that could be really complicated for us simply because the co-op
Mhm.
is not in a financial situation right now to ask to pay on behalf of the drivers. So they're gonna have to pay for their own background check, which is
Yeah,
not
so I
something that,
figured.
yeah. So we right
Mm,
now we charge $50 for that. So it's not a crazy expense for them to go through, but it is definitely an additional expense on people that are gig workers and we don't want them to have to pay extra.
yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. We don't either.
Erica, I also have a question. I was
Mhm.
wondering if you can tell me a little bit more about the co-op app, like in sense of like booking the trip. Is it available in other language other than English?
Yes, so we are building more and more languages into the app. I believe it is available in a couple of languages already. I only have mine set in English, but yes. And then we have a way for the drivers to select their language at the time of sign up. So when we partner with nonprofits or other organizations that ask us, can we match a driver and the rider by language? That is not something that they can do in the app at this moment. It's a feature that is coming up, but with the office, we can select a driver that can be matched with a rider based on language. So, for example, with Empowered Communities Globally, they have this workshop that happens once a month, and they need to transport people to the local library. And we try to match them by language so that whenever the rider gets into the car, they feel more comfortable with the driver that is driving them. We also try to be consistent so that they always get the same driver, and that helps them with being more confident in taking the rides and accessing the resources that they need just through the internal work that we do with the dispatching.
Thank you. That is amazing. I mean, it feels like so creative, but at the same time, a simple basic service for that specific community. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Maria.
All right. Thank you so much, Erica. I'll
Thank
pass it
you.
to Maria.
Thank you, Latoya. Our next speaker is Asmay Debesai from Amazing Love. He is the general manager. I am not sure if Asmay or someone from his team is present in this meeting. If not, I can kind of give a little overview of their services so you can look for Amazing Love in our Getting There guide. So Amazing Love Transportation provides non-medical emergency transportation services dedicated to helping individuals to get to and from essential appointments safely and on time. They transport seniors, individuals with disabilities, Medicaid recipients, and those in recovery programs to medical, therapeutic, and behavioral destinations. They offer transportation to medical appointments, physical therapy sessions, dialysis centers, rehabilitation centers, methadone clinics, and other essential destinations. And they also accommodate recurring rides for long-term care. They serve all counties. They have a base rate of $34 plus $6 per mile. And the hours of service are 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. 24, they prefer an advanced scheduling of 24 hours before the time of appointment. And they have a phone number. It's 720-473-2409. I will be pasting the direct link from our Getting There guide to their services on the chat if you would like to learn more about this specific service. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Maria. I wanted to quickly talk about, I don't have a slide for it, but I wanted to quickly talk about something that we here at DRMAC are doing recently. We were awarded a grant that allows us to partner with small urbanized areas outside of the Denver metro area. So for, I guess, the last about 20 years, DRMAC has really only focused on services and connections within the 9 counties of the Denver metro area. And this grant allows us to create partnerships and work with groups and regions outside of that. So we have been doing a lot of outreach, having a lot of conversations with different organizations to hopefully bridge those gaps between the regions with transportation barriers and just networking, similar to how we do within the Denver metro area. We're kind of expanding that beyond. So yeah, I don't know if Lisa from PPACG is on. I was just talking to her earlier this week, and I know that the DRMAC team has been busy networking with everyone. So if you know any transportation services or anyone who would be interested in being a part of the work that we're doing here at DRMAC outside of our typical service area of the Denver metro area, please let us know. And if anyone has any questions about that work that we're doing specifically, you can reach out to, I think, pretty much anyone on our team. Just wanted to share that because that's an exciting new project that we're working on. So we are going to next move into a fun little Menti poll. Since this is a member meeting, we like to gather just like feedback from you all. I know that we did a pretty member-focused survey back in the first member meeting of the year. This one's not as intense of a poll, but just kind of wanted to hear from you all about how you are hopefully benefiting from your membership so far this year. So I can go ahead and you can either scan the QR code on the screen, you can click the link that I just put in the chat, or you can go to menti.com and then type in that code. The code is 1401001, and that code is up on the screen as well. So I will let you all join that while I get the Menti poll set up or pulled up, I guess. It looks like some of you have already responded to the first question. Okay, let's this up. So the first question is nice and just a little bit of an icebreaker as we're getting snow. But we just kind of want to know what you're most looking forward to this summer. I personally am looking forward to being outside. I'm hoping that the wildfires aren't too bad, so I can go camping and do all this stuff. But yeah, it looks like growing some veggies. I love gardening. My house currently does not have a garden, and that is the thing that I think yearn for the most when it comes to comes spring and summer. Bike rides, some nice trips, camping. Oh, that's exciting. Some new summer interns who start in a couple of weeks. That's always exciting when the team grows and you get to meet new people and everything. Outreach activities, spreading the word about new vendors, bike rides, the Nourish Meals on Wheel annual fundraiser. Ooh, that sounds like a fun event. I don't know whoever posted that on Menti, but if you have a link to that event, want to put it in the chat, that would be awesome. You can share that out with our network. Enjoying time with my niece and nephew. Yeah, I'm traveling home. I don't know when, but at some point to see my family, and I'm excited to see my niece as well. Fun summer outdoor events, lots of outreach coming up. Yeah, seems like a busy, good summer for everyone so far. Or will be, I should say. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move to the next slide. You should still be able to join if you haven't joined yet, but we'll go ahead and move on. This next question, this is a little selfishly, I'm curious about if anyone has any restaurant recommendations. I feel like summer is always a fun time to like get out and about and try new things, and a lot of restaurants open up their patios. So I'm just kind of curious if anyone has any any restaurant recommendations. Especially I feel like yeah, any areas. I know that a lot of the businesses on Colfax are being impacted by construction. So if anyone has any recommendations for over there. Okay. Akova in the Sunnyside neighborhood, Bar 404. Amano's in Littleton. I'm guessing that's Italian food. I love Italian food. In Colorado Springs, Yellow Mountain Tea House. That sounds yummy. Empanada Express on 44th and Tennyson. Delicious Venezuelan food. Yummy. Okay, these are good recommendations. Leave this up for another 30 seconds-ish. Another
We'll make
Italian
it a
place.
field trip, Steph. That
Yeah.
sounds good. Making me
Yeah.
hungry.
Yeah, secretly plotting. We're gonna, instead of our Union Station field trip, we're just gonna go to all these restaurants. Mediterranean Grill. Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and move on. Yeah, thank you for all the recommendations. Ooh, I went to Angelo's recently and it was yummy. So good. Okay, thank you all for these. Oh, another place, another good Mexican restaurant. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move on. So this question is asking, this is more of like a quiz style question. So there's one correct answer before you just jump to it. But which of these can you do on the Getting There mobile app? So well, they're not A, B, C, but you get the point. Check local latest transit updates, access the partner network, find it on both Android and iPhone, or all of the above. You can choose which one you think. Okay, yeah. So far, so good. Yeah. All of the above is the correct answer. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in the app. It's been exciting to see that just, I think, grow over the years and also, yeah, grow. I was gonna say stay the same, but I think it's grown, which is awesome. All of the new transit providers. We had yeah, I mean, we heard from Erica, one of Drivers Co-op, one of our new providers today, and I think it just consistently is getting larger with their resources. So thank you to all who are a part of it and use it and refer people to it and all that stuff there. So yes, all of the above is the correct answer. All right. Next question. is also a quiz style question. Oh, somebody already got to it. What is the easiest way to get a client personal assistance with their transit needs? So, first option is emailing the governor. Second one is contacting our information and assistance line, messaging us on Instagram, and then visiting the library. So again, there is, I guess, a correct answer. I think probably all of these, except I don't know how successful you would be with messaging the governor, but I think all of them you would get assistance at some way. So, but yeah, contacting our information and assistance line is going to be the easiest way to do that. You can call us, you can text us, you can chat us on our website. That chat feature in the bottom right corner, if anyone's been on our website, I think we've had it up for probably about a year now. So you can email us, you can, however you want to contact us. But yeah, that INA line is going to be the best way to do that. All right. Our next question is also kind of that quiz style. So where can you find the Getting There guide in languages other than English and Spanish? So the first option is in the back of the printed Getting There guide. Second option as downloadable PDFs on our website or in our Getting There app. Third is by calling the mayor's office, and then the third is in our local coordinating councils. And yeah, it seems like most people are, are getting it here. So yeah, it's available on our website as downloadable PDFs in other languages. We also have an audio version that the organization Aftersight helped us with. And we have a large print version. It's just a black and white PDF that's sorted. It has the name of the provider with the phone number, and then it's sorted by county. And then in our Getting There app, if anyone's used that, I think we implemented the translation feature 3 years ago, maybe, I think, probably. You can, at the very top of the app, you can click the translate this page option, and it will translate all of the provider information into, there's a ton of different languages with Google Translate. So, Colleen, did you have a question?
I was just gonna say, yeah, 3 years sounds about right.
Um, yeah, so very just exciting that we're able to offer all of those resources in a bunch of different languages. So, all right. The next question. This is more of a like a rate question. So on your screen, you should be able to have there's like a sliding bar that you can choose on a scale of 1 to 5. So we're just curious how often your clients use the following to find transportation info. So how often are they using the printed Getting There guide? How often are they using the Getting There app? How often are they directly calling or texting our INA line? And it says strongly agree or strongly disagree, but 5 would be they're using it all the time, or 1 is like not so much. So that's the scale that we're using.
That's interesting that the guide is neck and neck with the INA. Mine almost, oh, just changed.
All right, yeah, so it seems like our Getting There guide is the most popular. Oh, never mind. As we get more responses, I'm sure it's going to keep changing because we only have 6 yet, or 6 so far. Um, yeah, I mean, all things considered, I think they're pretty within range. I'm glad to see that there's not one all the way at 1. But yeah, it seems like our INA line is the most popular, which is awesome to hear. And then our Getting There guide, and then our Getting There app, and I think that makes sense. Our Getting There app is I always like to tell people I feel like maybe most of you know, but we print our Getting There guide. We update it on a yearly basis, so that printed version. And then we update our Getting There app and like website as we get new providers. So if you're looking for the latest, absolute latest update on our transportation providers that we have available, check out our Getting There app. You can either download the app or you can go to gettingthereguide.com and you can find that information there. And I see someone put in the chat. Not sure if I shared all 3 with our navigators. Awesome. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I know it's also, I guess, a tricky question if you're not sure, if you're not talking to your clients all the time, what they're using, but I appreciate everyone sharing the resources at least with their clients and their team. All right, we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. So this is a ranking question. So again, if you don't know, that's also okay. Maybe you can do it for yourself. But rank the Dr. Mac resources in order of importance to your organization. So we have our Getting There guide, our Getting There app, our travel or tech training, our networking, and partner connections, and then advocacy and policy updates. So I think this is probably going to be dependent on the type of organization you are. I know that some organizations that we've worked with or that I've worked with, we've only really done travel and tech trainings and we talk about all of our tools, but that's kind of the primary focus. And others are more of a referral service, so they're sharing information like that. Okay. The Getting There app at the top was kind of, I think because it was the lower one on the last slide, I'm kind of surprised to see it there on the top. But it is a really convenient thing to just share out and you can search for resources at any time of day, wherever you are. I guess as long as you have internet connection and a computer or a phone. But I'm glad to see that networking and partner connections are second. I think that I don't know, I guess, overarching purpose of all of these meetings is to bring you all together and connect and network and share resources and everything. So glad to see that's up there. And then, yeah, trainings and then Getting Their guide and then advocacy and policy updates towards the bottom. So, yeah, this is helpful for us to know too. So thank you for all who responded to that one. Go ahead and move on. And then this is one of those word cloud questions. So in one word, what is the best part of being a Dr. Mac member? I think we asked a similar question back in February. I think that was when the first member meeting was. So yeah, if it's the same, that's okay, but just curious. And even if you aren't a Dr. Mac member, just being a part of these meetings or, just knowing about Dr. Mac, what you think the most valuable part of the work that we do is. Community, yeah. I'm glad to see that multiple people put community. Yeah, connections, networking, knowledge, accessibility. Really just affirming, I think, our mission and the work that we're doing and yeah, just the mindset that we all have when we do the work that we do is this is good to hear that you all are also feeling that. Care, yeah, that's a good one. Thank you. All right. Give it another 10 seconds, then we'll move on. Hope. I like that one. Yeah, I think I'm sure everyone on the Dr. Mac team, and I'm sure depending on the work that you all do, but sometimes we'll get folks who call us and they've, talked or, made like 30 calls that day about, trying to find a resource and they're just exhausted and they get on the phone with us and we're able to just give them, here's a set list of resources that like will work for you and they're like, oh, this is great, and just that I think that sense of hope of not feeling defeated and knowing that there's organizations that are really out there for their best interest. So all right, we'll go ahead and move on. And I don't know if I think we might have one more question after this, but I'm just curious about how you prefer to receive updates from us. I know probably many of you are subscribed to our email list. So we send out our monthly newsletter, that extra dose, and then we'll send out meeting reminders and kind of all that stuff there. We also have social media posts, but kind of like real time as things are happening, social media posts, our quarterly membership meetings, so these meetings, and then the just direct outreach and member check-ins. So seems like email is the most popular one, so that's good. Then we'll keep doing that. And yeah, I think this is pretty in alignment with what I think I was expecting to see. So yeah, monthly newsletter being the top one, and then direct outreach and member check-ins and quarterly membership meetings kind of being similar for second and third, and then towards the bottom, real-time social media posts. Cool. All right, we'll move on to what I think is the last one. Yeah. I think this is the last one, actually. I'm not 100% sure, but I think. The question is, what topic would you like to see covered in our next member meeting? So we talk about funding and grants, accessible technology and apps, regional transit policy, specialized driver transit, or if there's a topic that isn't covered and you would like to see it, feel free to put it in the chat. Sorry, there's a little fly flying around. Okay. So yeah, it seems like accessible technology and apps and regional transit policy are up there, tied for the top. Oh, regional transit policy just passed, but similar votes for those, and then specialized driver transit, and then funding and grants towards the bottom. So yeah, this is helpful to know as we plan our future meetings for the rest of the year and specifically our member meetings. So thank
Steph,
you all for that.
I'm sorry, 1 second and you don't have to disclose if you don't want to, but for whoever put funding and grants, are you speaking of collaborative grants or you just like to know which opportunities are out there or both? If you want to answer that, I just want to make sure I'm clear. And if you don't want to answer, that's okay too. Both. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. I think we're going to have to all be creative and collaborate on some of these funding opportunities because skin is shrinking. So I will make sure that we do include that and probably reach out to you both. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, yes, that is in fact the end of the Menti slide. So, yeah, thank you all for participating in that. I am going to stop sharing for a second and then I will get our slides pulled back up here. And even with two monitors, it's not enough screens for for all of the things. Okay. All right, yeah. I am going to pass it off to Arthur. We'll talk about some of our fundraising efforts that we are working on.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Steph. Appreciate all of that. We are excited to share that our Every Mile Matters fundraising is officially live. For many of our neighbors, transportation is about much more than just a ride. It's an essential bridge to life-saving medical care, fresh groceries, and steady employment. Through this campaign, our goal is simple. It's to ensure that no one in our community is left behind simply because they lack a reliable way to get where they need to go. Your support turns miles into meals, doctor's appointments into better health, and simple trips into real opportunities. We would love for you to join us in making every mile count. If you're interested in supporting this great cause, I'm going to add a link into the chat, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. So I'm going to do that real quick. And then before we move on too far, let me put this in the chat first. But before we move on too far, I also want to give a huge shout out to our DRMAC members. Everything we accomplish is only possible because of your partnership. You truly are the heartbeat of this organization, and we are grateful for your dedication to our mission. Thank you for sticking with us and fueling the progress that we make every single day. If you aren't a member yet, we'd love to have you on the team. You're missing a great chance to get directly involved in the work that is reshaping transportation access in our community. We invite you to head over to our website to see the impact you can make there. And there's always a seat at the table for you. And then I'm going to pass it on to Colleen.
Excuse me. Thanks, Arthur. We are proud to feature Mobility for All, a vital force in our member network. Sarah Lee is taking the lead in delivering an update on their latest initiatives and the amazing work they are doing for our community. Sarah?
Hi. Oh gosh, can you guys hear me and like maybe see me?
Yes, we
Sorry.
can.
Oh good. Okay, my laptop kept kicking me out of Zoom. So I joined on
Um,
my phone because my laptop was having issues. Um, but
it's okay.
oh good. Okay. Thanks, Colleen. Um, But yeah, I wanted to share that we are, well, for anybody who doesn't know who we are, we're Mobility for All. We do similar to what Dr. Mac does. We're partners in that we both help people find like transit options. We have like different brochures and like we join like outreach events. And there's a getting their guide always at our table when we're joining outreach events. We'll make we'll make trips to Boulder County Housing Authorities to do Eco Pass administration. We've done a lot of like we've done some Loteria game nights with like Loteria cards. It's just like a bingo game. Um, and then we have like Loteria, stickers and bags and stuff to complement those game nights. We've done it like senior housing. There's a couple of disability events that I'm gonna attend. There's one at CPWD Longmont that I'm looking forward to. It's about there's gonna be a new transit center in Longmont. So I'm excited for that. Um, I'm excited for there's gonna be some Vision Zero workshops I'm gonna be attending in Longmont. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I'm also wanted to share this survey that we are conducting. It closes May 31st, but we're trying to get as many people to take it as we need. So if you guys have like it's for the county, but if you guys have I'm looking for that link and I will get it in a second. But yeah, if you guys do have like thoughts for the transit community, we have a linking Boulder County survey that we're conducting. And then I'm looking for a couple places to teach some workshops in Longmont. So, yeah, that's a lot of things. But thanks for having me, and I'll put that in the link, that survey. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Sarah. You're one of our favorite
Thanks.
partners, and we're so happy to
Aw.
always highlight your work. Are
Aw,
there
thanks,
any,
Colleen.
of course, we love you.
Yeah.
Are there
Aw, I
any
love you too.
questions for Sarah?
You guys are awesome too.
Thank you.
Of course. Yeah, of
What
course.
kind of
I
workshops will you
put
be
the
doing, Sarah, in Longmont?
Oh, I want to try and do like a series of 7. And they're like, or maybe it's 6, more like 6 now because we took Transit app kind of to like the back burner. But there's like Uber and Lyft, like Uber, Lyft, RTD My Ride, Access-a-Ride, Access on Demand. What else? Is that 5?
I,
6.
I didn't
Access
count.
on
Sorry.
demand, accessory. No, you're good. I'm trying to think if I'm missing something. Oh yeah, Google Maps. Yeah, I always forget about that one. But that's one that we teach, like how to use it, little tips and tricks. Yeah.
And I'm assuming that you don't have any info on that yet to put in the link, correct? To put in the chat.
Oh, on the surveys? I mean
Yeah.
on the I put the survey in the link. On the workshops. Not yet. I
Yes.
think, yeah, I think we don't know where yet. We have a couple of places in mind, but we don't know where yet exactly they're going to be.
Okay. Thank
But
you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Any questions for Sarah before we move on?
I can put that transit thing in Longmont. Like, there's not very much room, but I can put that link too in the chat.
Okay,
It's like pretty small,
thank
like
you.
but it's in Longmont, so you guys are kind of far, but you can always spread the word.
Thank you. We'll be looking out for it.
Cool. Thank you guys.
So I think one of our
Oh
speakers
gosh.
has just
Tomorrow.
joined us. Um, uh, that Os May? I'm so sorry if I'm chopping up your name.
It's okay. It's Asmite.
Mike, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Would you like to give us an overview of your
Yes.
organization?
Sorry
Thank
for being late, by the way. I was running late a little bit with some of the trips that we do. But hello, everybody. My name is Asmite, and I'm the owner of Amazing Life Transportation. We transport clients from their home to their medical appointment. We do NMTs, we do NMT, we do behavioral health secure transportation as well. We've been in business since 2018. And we also do Medicaid through the broker also in Colorado.
And you may have said this and I missed it. Which areas do you service?
So we do the 9 counties for now under the broker,
Okay,
if it's for Medicaid.
okay.
But as long as if it's for private pay or anything, we can do as far north from Greeley and then all the way to south from Colorado Springs. We can cover all those areas.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Hmm. Esme, can you maybe, if you haven't already, put your contact information in the
Sure. Yes.
chat? Thank you so much, and
You're
thank you
welcome.
for.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
Oh yeah, we're pleased to have you. Thank you so much. Well, if there aren't any more questions, I guess we'll move right on into community updates. Um, we're now opening the floor up to you. This is your chance to share any upcoming events, new programs, or updates you have with the group. Please feel free to unmute, use the raise your hand feature, or just drop your news directly in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. Jamie.
Yeah, a couple of things. Specific to Denver, there's a new scooter company in town.
Mm,
Denver is contracting with Veo, VEO, and
yeah.
they have a wonderful stock of new scooters that are more applicable to the disability community. There's a sit scooter, and there's also a three-wheeler. So people who have mobility, maybe balance issues or seniors. So there's something we may want to look up to provide people last mile connections, people who are able to use them. Obviously, I could not use them, but I still support it. Right. So that's really exciting. And if you are on a certain threshold economically, I think you get the first 60 minutes free. So it's a pretty wonderful program. Secondly, RTD at their last board meeting approved a 4-year budget for access on demand for $120 million. So we should be kind of firmed up for a little while. I know there was some
Good.
rumors out there that it was going to be cut. RTD is looking to trim back their budget, but I have a strange feeling they're going to stay away from AOD considering how controversial it is.
Mm-hmm.
Thirdly, in conjunction, CCDC is working with Atlantis and ADAPT. We're putting a transit academy together. This was one of the recommendations from the RTD Oversight Committee to transform RTD. Years ago, there was a transit academy. Basically, it gives people a broader view of transit and all the intricacies. It's a 6-month program. Don't be intimidated by that. We meet once a month for 3 hours, but then there'll be some homework and assignments to be done. But I recommend this for anybody, from the user all the way up to an administrator. I think it's going to give you a broader view of transit. We have guest speakers from DRCOG, RTD, private ownership, CASTA. So you're really going to get a really broad view of transit. And that'll be located at Atlantis on the fourth Friday of every month starting in May. And I'll put the application in the chat here as soon as I'm finished. And for fun stuff, everybody reminds me, our work is so serious. Sometimes you just have to have some fun. Friday night, Guided by Humanity, if you're not aware, is a group that provides alternative health care to people with disabilities,
Are you listening to something?
focusing in on
Huh? Are you
DD
listening to something?
community.
Yeah.
And we are having a fashion runway on Friday night. We are the last show of the Denver Fashion Week. And so if you're interested in that, we have over 50 models who have disabilities going to be strutting their stuff down the runway with new
Sounds like
fashion.
fun.
And that'll be on Friday. So if you want to look that up and Guided by Humanity out of Inglewood, you're more than welcome. So those are my announcements. Thanks.
Thank you, Jamie. I have just a couple quick questions. As far as the access on demand, are they going to then the price is going to stay where it is, or is it going to go down a little bit with the new budget? Is that part of the new
There's
budget?
there's no indication that it'll go down. What we're hoping to do is just to keep it firm.
Right.
They have to find about $250 million worth of cuts. We're hoping they can find those somewhere else. The fact that
Okay.
they were able to commit to 4 years says a lot. One of the
Yeah.
things I failed to mention is that under this new contract, Uber and Lyft will remain the same, but they changed a few of the vendors, and these particular vendors have wheelchair accessible vehicles.
Mm,
So instead of RTD providing the Wave vehicle, we have companies that will be doing that. These are companies that have experience in human service transportation. So that's going to be interesting to see how that works out. So,
that is interesting. So they've contracted with a couple of
correct.
ambulatory companies.
And
That is
I tried to
interesting.
find out who they were.
They didn't
I
tell
wrote
you.
it some down. I wrote it down somewhere, but I couldn't find it. So
You have to share as soon as you find out. That's interesting. Well, and then my second question is, I know you tried to do a connection with myself and someone from VIA, but I think I reached out and they never responded. When you get a sec, can you just send me the point of contact again?
I
And
can
I'll
do
try to reach out again.
all right. I can do that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think Lisa was first. I think. Sorry, I couldn't really see.
Hi, everyone. I am Lisa Gagnon. I'm the transit planner at PPACG. And I just want to say that our update is that we're going to start travel training, or at least starting to talk about it. And I just want to say thank you to Dr. Mack for reaching out and giving me so much information about it. It's been in the books to start travel training for the past, I think, 3 or 4 years, and it just hasn't happened. But I think we're starting to get on the right track, and just how to increase accessibility within the Colorado Springs area would be amazing. So I just want to say thank you to Dr. Mack to, collaborate with PPACG and expand transit. So thank you.
Thank you. We're so happy that you're so open. You've been open to collaboration and such a good partner. So thank you, Lisa. We really appreciate you as well. Melanie, were you next?
Hello, I am Melanie Ward with the City of Centennial. I just wanted to provide an update that Arapahoe County is in the process of the Arapago Transit Connections Plan. They're doing some public outreach, and they have three public meetings over the next week or two, one in Littleton, one in Centennial, and one in Aurora. So I just posted the link with more details on when and specific locations on that, but happy to take any questions if people have some.
Thank you, Melanie. Are there any questions on that? Okay, now this is where you did put the link. I think you did put a link in here in the chat right now. Yeah.
I did.
Okay, thank you. I can't really tell if it was Andrea or Sasha. I'm sorry. Who was next? Is it-
Tasha is next.
Well, who would like to
Hi.
go next since I've lost the order here?
Hi, this is Sasha. I just wanted to take the moment to introduce myself because this is my first meeting with Dr. Mac.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
I'm Sasha. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm the new community organizer at the Center for People with Disabilities. I started just about 2 months ago, so I've had the opportunity and the pleasure to meet some of the people here, but not most of the people here. Um, I could put my email in the chat if anybody wants to reach out to me, but I'm sure I'll be working with all y'all in many different capacities going forward. So I'm excited to be here.
We are happy to have you. Welcome, Sasha. Yes, if you could put, okay, I see you did put your email in there. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'm sure we will be working with you in some sort of capacity because we like to bug people. Just kidding. Well, kind of, sort of. Andrea, do you want to go next?
I'm excited to announce my Silver Society on the Go has not completely filled itself, but it's to take shut-in seniors to a nearby rec center. And I have gotten 4 people for Buck Rec Center in Littleton, and I have 4 people for Malley Rec Center in Englewood. So I'm really excited about getting those 2 rec centers going with shut-in seniors.
I know that you have been working on that for a while, Andrea, so congratulations on that. Now, are we ready to actually put it in the guide or no?
No, you don't want to put it in the guide because it's
Okay. Okay. Well, congratulations to you. That's going to be a big help to a lot of folks.
I sure hope so. I need a lot more seniors.
Who was next?
Graciela is next.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep track. Hi.
No worries. For some reason, my signal or my Wi-Fi isn't good enough to have me on camera today. Um, but thanks for having me. I just wanted to, I think it's been a while since I like reintroduced myself. I've been to a couple meetings, but I'm Graciela with Hunger Free Colorado. We run a statewide toll-free hotline. It's a food resource hotline. So I'm going to put that info in the chat. Folks can call us to get information about food resources in their area, but also to apply to food stamps/SNAP or renew their SNAP or submit any changes that they need to submit for their SNAP. We can do all of that over the phone for folks. So just wanted to plug that as a resource. And then also let folks know if you know folks or if you are someone that has school-age children or children that are in school, summer EBT is back this summer. So it's kind of complicated. Eligibility is a little complicated, but the state has some tools to help folks figure out if they are eligible, that I'll also put in the chat. But it's basically $120 reward per child that receives free or reduced lunch at their school, but for the summertime. And I'll go ahead. That's the program in summary. There's a lot of details that go into it, but the state is working really hard to like create tools this year for folks to be able to easily figure out if if they would qualify or not. So I'll put that in the chat as well. Thank you.
Thank you. And I was wondering if they were going to bring that program back because there are a lot of parents that
Yes.
depend on that for the summer when, kiddos are home and you have to figure out how to feed them during this. So I'm so happy the state figured that out. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also have a kids food finder that Hunger Free Colorado runs for specifically for the summer months as well. So like we have info on summer EBT, but then additionally, a lot of the schools do
Mm,
meal pickups or meal congregated meals throughout the week and sometimes on the weekends in the summer. So that's also something folks can call us for on our hotline.
thank you so much. That's
Yeah.
very helpful. I'm going to share transparency here. When I was little, we used to walk to the summer lunch program every day because my mom sometimes had it hard. So I'm so glad that the state is realizing that it is valid. Those are very valid programs. So thank you so much for sharing. All right. Who? No one else? Any more updates? Any more questions? No? Okay. Well, Steph, I'm gonna let you go back. I think our next speaker's here, so how about I let you circle back
Thank you,
and do
Colleen.
that one? Yeah.
And thank you everyone
Welcome.
from sharing those community updates. As always, we love to hear from of what is going on in your community. For this evening, we have one final speaker. We are thrilled to welcome Sal Pace, who is here to share the latest updates on the Front Range passenger rail and the Colorado Connector, now officially known as COCO. Sal, take it away.
Yeah, thanks everyone. And you can hear my audio? Okay, I
Yes.
just need to give a heads up. I've got a bill I need to testify on in the State House here shortly for the Front Range Rail project, and I might need to leave quickly if my lobbying team says it's time. But I'd like to pull up a deck um, with sort of the latest information about what's going on. And to that here. Jeez. There we go.
I stopped sharing, so you should be able to share now.
Oh, okay. I felt like I forgot how to use the internet for a second. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I am Sal Pace, and I am the general manager of the Front Range Passenger Rail District. Where's the view slide? Here we go. Review slideshow. Everyone can see the deck, okay?
Yes.
Okay, great, great. And what is COCO or Colorado Connector? And this we are Colorado's new train. Oh, did that just disappear on you? No, there we go. So I'm trying to control all my stuff here. Colorado's new train connecting the Front Range cities from state line to state line. It's really a uniquely Colorado approach, partnering with the freight industry and freight railroads to deliver service, as opposed to in other states and other forms of rail where the state is doing it alone. We, as the Front Range Passenger Rail District, are responsible for planning, funding, building, operating the Colorado Connector. You know, what is the Front Range Passenger Rail District? We were created by the General Assembly in 2021, empowered to refer a tax question. Here we are at a recent board meeting. Our plan looks at a phased approach to accelerate service delivery. And so funding is already in place for phase one. We signed a term sheet last week along with RTD and BNSF for starter service from Denver up to Fort Collins. And that's with stations in Westminster, Broomfield, Louisville, Boulder, uh, Longmont, Loveland, and Fort Collins. And then phase two, upon passing a ballot measure uh, with some revenue generation, will complete station build out and improve service all the way to Pueblo and Colorado Springs, as well as increase service up to 10 round trips per day. So joint service at a glance. It's 3 round trips per day, 7 days a week. And the full service overview. So up to 10 round trips, 10 COCO stations, one Southwest Chief Station in Trinidad, 190 miles. I mentioned it's a uniquely Colorado approach to delivery. Uh, we've already signed a term sheet with BNSF for the Fort Collins to Denver segment. Capital needs were jointly defined upfront and have already been defined upfront with partnerships with the Union Pacific and BNSF Railway. And it's an approved a phased implementation model grounded in existing tracks and existing right-of-way, as opposed to needing to acquire new right-of-way or use eminent domain or condemnation. I think the reasons for FR or for COCO are intuitive. I-25 is becoming a terribly congested mess. And in the Denver metro area, that means people are losing 76 hours annually to traffic congestion. And that's in addition to the time that's spent just driving not in traffic congestion. It's affecting air quality. And these cost estimates are prior to the recent war in the Middle East that have driven up gas prices. These are individual costs up to 1,700 or over 1,700 annually in Denver for gas being stuck in congestion. Front range passenger rail is going to be a comfortable ride with cafe cars and restrooms and reclining seats. There's a lot of research showing that passenger rail is an economic driver and increases household values and helps drive additional economic spend. We're looking at special event stops and exploring them along with our Class 1 partners, such as the Broncos and the Denver Summit. And both of those new stadiums will be along the route alignment. And so it'll be a fairly low cost capital expenditure to add those additional special event stops. We're going to be, our proposal includes returning local dollars or dollars back to local communities for stations. And the funds can be used by the local communities for sidewalks, connections, bike access, multimodal, first mile, last mile, walkability. And these dollars are going to be used to support local vision and strengthen downtown communities. And we're going to ask that the local communities really drive how those dollars get used, but that we have to sign an IGA with them outlining exactly what they're going to be used on. So we're looking at a 2026 ballot measure, and we're involved in stakeholder engagement. And we've worked on digital outreach as well, including our Name the Train campaign that we referenced briefly, where we had over 25,000 people vote on the Name the Train, and that's why we're now COCO. So I'm happy to take any questions. I probably have about 5 minutes, and I hope that's okay.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Sal?
Don't have a question, but a comment. I'm excited. I'm so ready to see what this is gonna look like. I'm excited to, I don't know, it's just gonna be huge for Colorado.
Well, it sounds like Colleen is already supporting it.
Oh yeah, it's named after me. I'm all in.
Oh, that's you. Okay. I'm looking
Yeah,
at the
that's
comments.
me. All in.
I just have a quick thank you. I'm Lisa Gagnon, the transplanter at PPACG, and I just want to say thank you for doing all of the open houses in Colorado Springs. I've noticed a huge uptick in them and just for the outreach and communication. Even though maybe the train will be, by 2034, so it's not part of the joint service, but with the ballot initiative, and I just wanted to say it has been noticed and thank you.
I spent 2 hours on the phone today with our engineers and with Ernst and Young trying to figure out how to make the financing work to get the train to Colorado Springs in 5.5 years, so by
Oh,
2032, by the end of 2032. Yeah.
that's what I like to hear. So thank you.
Yeah. And thank you. Yeah, we have done, I
Mhm.
think, 5 town hall meetings in Colorado Springs, and they were very well attended and lots of public interest.
Yes.
Sal, sorry. Sal, do we know if we have already in the works, like the connectivity from like the outskirts going into the services, what that looks like and what barriers folks may face to even get to the rail system once it's there? Do we have any idea?
So that's sort of being addressed in two ways. One is there is a statewide study being conducted by a Division of Transit and Rail on this very topic, but also that's going to be part of the requirements for the dollars that we send back to local communities to ensure that they're providing that connectivity. In the rail world, we call it first mile, last mile connectivity. And we're looking at sending on the low end $30 million to local communities, on the high end up to $100 million for these activities.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Sasha?
Yeah, I was wondering if you'd be able to share that slide deck with us if you haven't already. It's a lot of great information, and I'd love to be able to like peruse back through it. And then also, I'm a big proponent and fan of transportation, and I know that this project at some point originally included aspirations to go all the way up to Cheyenne in Wyoming. Is that still part of the plan eventually, or has that kind of been cut and the focus is just on uh, the Springs or Pueblo up to Fort Collins at this point?
No, it's still in our statutory mandate, and it's still in our plans to go up to Cheyenne and all the way down to Trinidad.
Awesome.
Okay,
Well, oh,
that was my question.
okay. I'm going to have to run here in probably 1 minute, but is it possible to get a letter of support for continuing Front Range passenger rail and moving forward with planning and operational studies? We're not asking folks to support a ballot measure, but just asking folks to do a sign-on letter there's been over 100 other organizations that have already done sign-on letters. And
So I'm going to
if
put my email address in the chat.
okay.
And if you want to email me, it'd be great.
Okay.
I don't know about anyone else, but there's my email address.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. It's been really informative.
Thank
I went
you.
to the one that was around the corner here, so I agree with Lisa. I've done a good job with community outreach.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You guys have a wonderful afternoon.
You too. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Sal.
Um,
Pauline's gonna wrap us up with the last few minutes of the meeting.
okay, if I can get my mom to stop following me. All right. RTD's June 2026 service changes focus on improving reliability and supporting the full final phase of the downtown rail reconstruction project. Based on recent community feedback and ridership data, you can view the proposed changes and watch the presentations in English or Spanish on their website. A huge thank you to the over 1,100 people who shared their input earlier in the spring. Also, in case you missed it, RTD has launched their tap and ride, making it easier than ever to pay for your fare. Simply tap your contactless credit, debit card, or mobile wallet, Apple, Google, or Samsung Pay, directly on the validator as you board. And That brings us to the end. So that wraps things up for the day. A huge thank you to everyone for jumping in and sharing such great insights. We truly value your time and the collaborative energy you bring to this group. We're already looking forward to seeing you at our next Regional Coordinating Council meeting on June 2nd, 1:30 to 3 p.m. Until then, have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you all so much.